Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something big, a totally different way of looking at what it means to be good. And this perspective comes straight from the Quran. Seriously, this could change how you see your whole purpose in life. And it all kicks off with one simple question.
So, what really makes someone a good person? I mean, think about it for a second. If I asked you that, especially from a faith perspective, I bet a few answers would pop into your head right away, right? You know, the classics, the things we've all been taught.
And yeah, chances are your answers would look a lot like this. You've got devout worship, staying away from sin, giving charity, having good character. And look, don't get me wrong, these are all absolutely crucial. They're the foundation, for sure. But what if that's not the whole story? What if that's just the starting point, not the final destination? The source material we're digging into today really pushes us with a tough question. Is being personally devout the absolute highest good? Or is there something bigger, something more that we're being pointed towards? This is where things start to get really interesting.
Well, here's the thing. When we focus only on these personal acts, it can kind of create what the source calls a self-contained loop. It's like we're running in a circle. A well-meaning circle, for sure, but one that might actually be limiting how much good we can do in the real world.
Okay, so let's break down this cycle. It goes something like this. Step 1, you focus on your own worship, your own personal piety, avoiding sin. Step 2, you tell other people to do the same thing. But then step 3 happens. While everyone's looking inward, the huge problems out there, poverty, disease, injustice, they're not getting solved. So what's the advice? Step 4, just circle right back to step 1 and focus even harder on personal worship. And there you have it. You're stuck in the loop. And this leads to a really powerful question from the source material. Putting aside our own personal salvation for a moment, what actual, tangible good does this loop bring to all of humanity? I mean, does it cure a disease? Does it invent a piece of tech that stops someone from having a heart attack? Does it create a system that protects the weakest among us? It's a tough question.
And then, bam! This verse from the Quran just completely shatters that loop. Whoever saves a life, it is as if he had saved all of humanity. Just let that sink in. This one line completely blows up our old definition of good. Suddenly, saving just one person is as big as saving everyone. This isn't just about my personal journey anymore. This is about all of us together, surviving and thriving.
So what we've got here are two totally different ways of looking at goodness. On one side, you have individual piety, which is all about personal salvation and worship. But on the other side, you have this idea of the collective good. A mission, really, to make sure all human life is protected and can flourish. And the argument here is that the Quran is pointing to that second one as the real highest good. Okay, great. So the mission is save humanity. But how in the world do we do that today? I mean, saving a life in the 21st century is a whole lot bigger than, pulling someone from a fire or giving a soldier water on a battlefield. The meaning has expanded.
Well, the Quran actually gives us a massive clue. There's this directive to cultivate the earth. Now, the source makes it clear this isn't just about planting crops. It's a much bigger idea. It's a command to build, to invent, to innovate, to literally make the world a better place for every single person in it.
And what does that look like today? Well, cultivating the earth and saving a life is the scientist in the lab developing a cure. It's the engineer who designs a clean water system for a village. It's the person developing safety rules that prevent accidents. It's the scientist working to protect our planet. That's what putting this principle into action looks like now. And this is so important. Think about the very first command in the Quran, read. It doesn't say read only scripture. It's totally open-ended. And why is that? Because the things we need to know to save humanity are always changing. Back then, it might have been one thing. Today, power is knowledge. It's the knowledge of science, of engineering, of medicine, the knowledge to build, to heal, and to keep people safe. But, and this is a huge but, all this power, all this world-changing knowledge, it comes with a really serious warning. Because knowledge by itself isn't enough. If you don't have the right spiritual and moral compass, that same knowledge can be really, really dangerous. The source gives us the perfect example, a man named Abu Jahl. Now, people at the time actually called him Abul Hakam, which means the father of wisdom. The guy was smart, no doubt, he was educated, but his knowledge wasn't connected to humility. It just fueled his ego, made him arrogant, and in the end, it made him fight against the truth, even when it was staring him right in the face. And that's exactly why the Quran uses this specific word, abd, which means servant. It's used to describe the best way to be, even for the Prophet Muhammad himself. You see, being an abd isn't just about being a worshiper who's just, checking boxes on rituals. It's a whole state of being. It's an attitude of deep, profound humility and submission to God, the source of everything.
So you can almost think of it like a formula. Look at this. You take knowledge and you combine it with real faith. What do you get? Humility. You get that state of being an abd, a servant using their skills for good. But you take that same knowledge and mix it with ego, you get arrogance. It all comes down to your motivation, that spiritual ingredient you're mixing in. It changes everything.
And this is how the surah ends, with this incredibly powerful instruction. After talking all about this arrogant, knowledgeable man, the advice isn't to go argue with him or try to outsmart him. Nope. The command is, do not obey him. Turn away from that arrogance. Instead, prostrate, ground yourself, remind yourself of who's really in charge, and draw closer to God. Every invention, every breakthrough, every bit of progress has to be built on that foundation.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. What if, on top of asking, how can I be a better worshiper, we also start asking ourselves a different question? What life-saving knowledge can I go out and get? What real-world problem can I help solve? And most importantly, how can I do all of that not for my own ego, but as an act of genuine service, as an abd, someone truly working for that highest good?